Welcome back to educator.com. We are still in the Calculus 1 sequence reviewing functions, and in example 3 we'd like to look at g of x equals 1 over x. So let's begin by putting together a rough graph of this function. This function has two branches to it, and so I'll draw in both. So it has the familiar branch over here for positive x, and it also has a branch over here for negative x. And now let's look at the properties of this function. As far as domain and range, here there's one illegal value for x, which is x equals 0. It would cause division by 0. And so I'll say that the domain goes from negative infinity to 0, not including 0, union 0 to infinity. The union symbol just lets us capture both of these intervals, but we're still excluding x equals 0. And for the range, for this particular function, the range, the achievable y values, look the same as the domain here. We're able to achieve values from negative infinity to 0, but not including 0, union 0 to infinity. As far as symmetry, you can probably see that this function is symmetric about the origin. That if I pick some x value and look at the corresponding y value, and then pick the corresponding opposite of x value and look at its y value, the results are opposites of one another, and we're seeing symmetry about the origin. So I'll put a note here that this function is symmetric about the origin. And because it's symmetric about the origin, we know that it is an odd function, that f of the opposite of x equals opposite of f of x. And then in terms of looking at if it's increasing or decreasing, it depends which branch we're looking at. And so this function is increasing on, oh, actually, sorry, it's not increasing anywhere. So let me switch this to decreasing and say that this is decreasing on negative infinity to 0, and it's also decreasing on 0 to infinity, and it's not increasing anywhere.